Hey there everyone, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. We've just had the road pulled off for us. Welcome to the first look video of the Train Sim Rolling Stock PNA-E Wagon Pack, and also the route learner of the Hartford Loop. So we're just coming off the freight only lines from the North London lines, from kind of in the Canonbury area. So it's straight and park down there. You can see we've got a train of 12 PNA-Es on the back. We'll talk about those in a bit more detail soon as we make our way around the loop here. I'm really quickly going to make sure that my game audio is set where I want it to be. Yes, it is. Ideal. Oh, that was just me being derp. This is a scenario that is made by me. It is available from the Train Sim Community website. It'll be linked in the description down below when this video goes live. It's a pretty cool little scenario. I'm going to do sort of the full run that you can, because this train basically starts at Bow Depot near Stratford. Yeah, right, oh god. Bow Depot near Stratford. And then from there it continues sort of up over the North London line to here, up the East Coast to as far as Ali Pali. Where it then diverges via basically via Bowes Park up the Hartford Loop, where it rejoins the main line at Stevenage, runs up to Biggleswade, where it gains 12 wagons. Sorry, I've been using the word wagons incorrectly, and I'm using the word coaches incorrectly. Basically picks up 12 more wagons, then continues up to Peterborough, where it then diverges right onto the joint line, which is sort of the line from Peterborough to Doncaster via Lincoln, rejoins the main line at Doncaster, and then continues up to Heck-Plasmore from there and gets loaded. Basically comes back down early the next morning. Well, I don't know if there's sort of two sets effectively, so one set's being loaded, the other set's being unloaded. I don't know what the sort of quantities involved are. 717011 over there for you today, though, in her NHS livery. It shows that we just got to keep pace going over the point work here, even with the passenger train. I happen to know it's going to get put out in front of us before we hit Hartford. And yeah, basically we have to follow it around. But aside from that, you know, it's a shame it gets put out in front, because we would basically run ahead of it. But it is what it is. I'm just going to coast because I know, like I say, he's going to get put out in front. I'd probably be hammering up to the end, pressing my SG button, trying to get put out in front of him. But it's just, I know it's just not going to happen, basically. But we're on the freight line here, up the East Coast Main Line. So up the East Coast Main Line's on our right, hence you saw the Azuma before. We're now approaching Hornsey Depot and Fern Park sidings. Oh, got a bit quick there. You can see we're now overtaking 717. I do love that NHS thank you livery. He's basically stopping, which is why we're hammering past him. There we go, and I'll just coast from now. You can see we climb over here. This is Fern Park. That's Hornsey. You can see the 379 sitting in the depot over there. So a lot of basically all the 379s have been taken out of storage and will be entering service with Great Northern. That's based off my last trip to London. I saw those in the siding. So this is sort of meant to be current-ish era, but obviously you've not got like the updated Lumo branding on that Lumo set, for example. So it's a bit of everything, really. Bit of everything. And then you've got 717s, a 700, a 387. Very sort of blue-grey area that is Hornsey right now. Oh god, we've just been braked, haven't we? Yep. That's because I have not got my headset on. I'll put my headset back on, shouldn't I? So this is obviously the emergency brake feature of the Class 66. Class 66. So there's an AI song that I got, which... So you press that button, press it again. That then raises the plunger and clears the TPWS brake command. And then you can see the brake coming off there. And then as I select that position there, nope. Go back notch 3, notch 4. Just to get the aircraft, so get the train to move away. I'm not interested in going massively quick, because like I say, I know that 717 is still behind us. And yeah. You can see we're drawing up to it, so I can put a little bit of brake application on. That's frustrating. I have reinstalled my branding patch specifically because those didn't have branding. Now they've got them on the end, but not. Huh? That's fun. There's 387 on the fasts. GW on the back portion, and the 717. Right. I mean, we need to stop anyway, so I'll let it. But I just was throwing the one key there, which is why nothing happened. Yeah, you see that? You hear it there, but you don't hear it there. Thing is, like, we aren't blocking into the signal segment, so we can sit back here. It's just there's no point. We'll just use like notch 1 and just approach it slowly. There we go, we got the road. So, take that half pound. What I should do is get the TSRS manual up so that I can talk about the wagons a bit. So TSRS, they only sell via coffee. Not coffee. Is it coffee? No, it is coffee. Yeah. TS Rolling Stock. They are honestly, they are brilliant as a creator. So the PNA wagon pack. This is $3.99. Sorry, I say that again. This is $3.99. Now I know it's a single variant of a 4-wheel wagon with one texture on it, and obviously weathered variants, but one main texture with weathering applied to it. But holy balls, this is good. It's two models really though, because there's an unloaded and a loaded model. You only see the unloaded today, I'm afraid. But the loaded, basically these gates come up and there's grey bricks in the middle. That's what these carry. Yes, this add-on model is the PNA 2-axle open wagon used to transport building materials such as bricks. They feature cage doors which fall down when empty. When loaded, they are strapped against the brick load. Both configurations have been included. These wagons have always worked between Bow in East London, or Bow, I'm not quite sure because it's BOW, let me know, and Heck in North Yorkshire. Heck. With another location in between at Biggleswade and Bedfordshire, which is where we're off to today. Bricks are transported southbound towards London for the construction industry, while the wagons run empty northbound. In particular, this add-on covers the converted OBA wagons in 1987, and they are still in use at the time of writing. So the wagon is the PNA-E with three obviously weathered variants, as mentioned. Bit of power, keep us moving. I'm still on a single amber in my head. Yeah. You can see there's Bows Green, Bounds Green, even not Bows Green, Bounds Green. Yeah, you got high detail model and textures, agree with that. M2 load configurations, custom sound set record from a similar wagon. So these are converted OBAs. Obviously TSRS has already done the OBAs. We covered those in the West Highland Line video I did with the 37. And obviously they sound very similar as a result. This is cool, man. It's just cool. Like, I genuinely, I'm taking my time climbing up here, but like, at slow speed, it sounds perfect. Like, slow speed's most of my experience of freight wagons, right? Because most of my sort of time watching trains go past. I mean, either in Central Station, waiting for my book train, or at Manners, waiting for the train coming basically in. Just need to check what my line speed is. It is 50. Alright, full power, let's go. Double amber. I'm going to go up to 40 though, just because there's no point me hammering up behind this red aspect. So yeah, we're crossing away from the East Coast Main Line proper. This is largely the reason there's very little freight on the East Coast, or this south end, and all of it, near enough, runs via Hartford, is the 2-track on the viaduct at, the 2-tracking of the viaduct at Welling. So there's very little capacity there, and it's already like crammed with train movements. So 50. Just go idle again. Single amber, red ahead. (803-003) waiting to come at the sidings there. I'm going to slow to like 35, I think. But again, just showing off that high-speed rattle. You got that wonderful running sound, but then you got like the rattling, and yeah, I like it basically. I just enjoy this train. Yeah, so single amber red. So basically single amber red ahead. So I think 35 is about the place to be here. It's actually not as slow this segment as you think. So you can see we're following 2 Foxtrot 2-4. Fine. Again, though, single amber red ahead. So power out, 35. I'm going to stay there. Again, that's gone to single amber. We're now climbing up a hill. I found the user guide. So, obviously it's just a simple install process. That's box standard. So the weathering variants, I always use W2, unless I'm trying to represent really filthy wagons, because that looks about right for in-service wagons, basically. 717 coming the other way. Double amber, single amber next. So yeah, what we can do is go zap, zap. There you go. So that's slightly doxing myself. Grey wagons, strap sides. That's basically the variant there. And then credits, acknowledgements, texture library, some sounds, free extractor to make the install software. Amal Robinson, who's also, of course, worked the HHAEs, which we'll be covering soon. TM, that'll be in there. And all the wagon photographers on Flickr, as well as LTSB rail data for useful reference photos and information. Coming towards us, a class 66. So there is a song, which I got AI to generate for me, which I'll subject you guys to when we're not running on adverse aspects. Love the sounds in those wagons. 40, warning, well. So good thing is he's running at 70, well limited to 40, so I'm going to sit at 40 for now. And we'll be Gucci, man. Ah! Unless I got TPWS. Oh, there was a grid, so I went past the signal too fast. Oh well. But you know that's submitted on this route. There we go. And we'll get that brake release. So that was TPWS, that's not normally simulated. As well though, guys, bear in mind, I'm driving this. And I'm driving this, you know, using sort of my mental knowledge of the route from driving it twice. Normally I've got sort of formal notes that I'm reading off, like for the German stuff I use a Buchfahrplan style notes, which is mile marker, speed limit. And I'm just counting down the mile markers. Here I'm like, no, I recognise this bit. I know this face, you know, and it's an interesting way to try and work. Half power, let's go. I'm staying 35 just because still double ambers, and I don't want to catch up beyond double ambers basically. Unless I can help it. You know what? Since we're on doubles now. Oh yeah.
Iron beast breathing smoke through the fields. Pulling steel chains bent but never yield. Thunder on the track, screaming in the night. Moving mountains, not an inch of fright. Born in diesel, hard fire around wrath. Shaking ground like a demon on a path. Steel wheels grind, sparks light up the way. A whisper of power, you hear what it say. Born in diesel, hard fire and wrath. Shaking ground like a demon on a path. Steel wheels grind, sparks light up the way. Whisper of power, you hear what it say. Class 66 roaring through the storm. Horse of the rails, devils on form. Class 66, freedom in the burn. Ride that thunder, there's no return. another page. Wind and steel, symphony of might, river of iron cutting through the night. Hear it fast, coming from the dark. Class 66 like a dragon bark. Class 66 roaring through the storm. Pulse of the rails, devils on form. Class 66, freedom in the bird. Ride that
I do think that was slightly too reactive. It's a shame. I mean, it'll put me back to double ambers. There we go, green, green, green. And this is, I believe, the signal protecting Hartford. Is it? No. Well, of course, that's fine though, because we'll go down through here. But we're on the quicker segment, so you can see there's a load of stops here, and then it goes stop, 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 and then he gets out of our way at Hartford. He's actually supposed to run all the way to Stevenage, just a little secret I'll let you into. Also, sorry for not commenting on the music there, but that is AI-generated music. I just think it has a comedy element, quite frankly. 60s our line speed through is it Gordon Hill? Gordon Hill. So yeah, you get very few trains that terminate here now, which is a shame. It'd be like the beginning and the end of service jobs. Just looking at Gordon Hill just to see if there's any terminators booked on a weekday. The simple answer is like within normal hours, so it's from like 5:30 in the morning. Oh, that's cool. Peterborough, that's pretty King's Cross, that's fallen. It's like a couple that are booked, like Townsville that are booked to run down here. Stevenage, Hartford, Stevenage, Moorgate. Yeah, there's no booked terminators here. So I know in the days of the 313s there were, but not anymore. That makes me sad. I can just see 1 Echo 00, which is at the now defunct mail train that ran from Wilson to Lowfell in Newcastle and Gateshead, technically. Well, Lowfell is in Lowfell, but it's south of the river, so it's not Newcastle. Single amber again. It better not TPWS, no, but sat. Good. You've got a red ahead though, so we'll just drop to 25 initially. Oh no, there's one Terminator book today, which is a Moorgate at 1746. I might do that just for a random little scenario to cover the Moorgate branch, because I've not gone down there yet. And it'll give us an excuse to go up here at like passenger speeds. None of this insane levels of defensive driving malarkey. But yeah, the AI music, I just find it funny. There's a few LNERs. This might be an engineering works thing because Yeah, there's a few of the early Thames lines. There's like one Horsham to Peterborough to run down here. Then you'll get a 7-4, but that's all variations of the working timetable. And a Hartford North Terminator as well. I'm glad we get a clear run from Hartford. Yeah, the Class 66 song, I do enjoy it. It's actually it's definitely a comedy element, but it's a fun song. So what happened today for me? So I was on the 717 Buchan for us, which was a cheeky little up to Edinburgh, then back home. Got cut short because we normally go a little bit beyond Newcastle, but there was a fatality today. Further south down the route. And basically, there was a load of crew getting on. Our back working hadn't even left London yet. So it was like over an hour late, and we were like, "Can we just get off at Newcastle and go home?" And the manager said yes, so we did. So I spent the next 2.5 hours having a nap on the company's time, which was quite nice. And then, yeah, and then what I did, I did a German video, which is coming out in like 2 months' time, like early December is when it's coming out. And that's like way down the line, so to speak. And then I'm not on a train till Tuesday now, and I am quite happy about that. I love my job. It's the best job I've ever had, but there's days it's still a job, and could just do with a bit of a break from trains for a couple of days. Which is why I'm glad we have very few sort of red and white trains. I've not been to London in a while as well. My last London trip was last weekend. Um, I'm recording this on Friday for those of you who are playing along at home somewhat. That is Cuffley. Let's see if we can find a fun fact about Cuffley. Cuffley. So for those of you playing along at home, it's about due east of Potter's Bar, which is insane considering like how quickly we normally go past Potter's Bar. Bayford is about west of Hatfield. Hartford is about west of Welling. It's insane. It's interesting though that there's the two depots for like Great Northern that aren't Hornsey, and Peterborough and Letchworth are Welling and Hartford, and they're like pretty much on this like same longitude. Longitude, yes. That latitude, I can't remember now. I'm just waiting for. There we go. Got a green signal. So back into half power we go. It's interesting to like compare the different locations. So obviously I know that most of my geography knowledge of the UK comes from the railway. But it's very difficult sometimes to understand like the proportionality of it. So, for example, oh, we're going through Potter's Bar. To me, on the East Coast, is we're nearly there. Oh, we're going through Berkhamsted. On the West Coast, that's miles still. And yeah, yeah, we're still on a 60, so I'm going to stay at this speed, like below 50, until we get past Hartford, because I know that's where, like, so from my knowledge of the train that's in front of us, I know it's at Hartford North on the destination board. There we go. Yeah, there's another adverse one, so. No, oh no, just cleared. I'm gonna nail 50 though until I see otherwise, basically. So again, we're following him. We're back here. Again, this is a bit of slightly meta, but the next place he can pull off now is Hartford, and that's what we're going to get on our way at. So. This is a bit slow paced, isn't it, for a YouTube video? I've run out of stuff to talk about. Um, Obviously, I was chefing today on the way back, so it's just, oh, I played myself. So I managed to break a bowl in such a way that it contaminated 4 plates that I had sitting on the counter waiting to be taken out. So it's like, I went from this is fine to this isn't fine, and we're still serving food and going past Morpeth on the way down. It's like, it's like, because it's sort of a bit of a just-in-time job when you serve on the train that I was on, because a chef gets on at Newcastle, and a lot of the chefs are very specific about like the fact that they want to do sort of the prep themselves and they don't want it done for them. And not all of them, but some of them end up getting rid of food that's edible, but it's just because they've not cooked it. And so I try and like basically like not have anything in the oven when we get to Newcastle or to a relief point. If I know a chef's getting on, I should say. Anyway, I did that, and like as I was like, I was like, I've got to cook everything, and it's like a 15-minute job to to basically 40, well, yeah, call it 15 minutes amongst friends to get the food reheated, like basically cook back up again like new food. And I was just like, ah, ah, ah. But yeah, that happened. Sorry, my brain's just melting now. If it's any consolation, so Biggleswade is up here. We just pop in the station. You can see there's tons of trains staged up waiting to go past. That's fun. Um, he's now into the siding, so we can. Let's go for 60 then. We've got the road through the station. We know. Although we wouldn't, but we do. We'll not question it. Fighting with the horn. It's fun. Probably be like Welling Gorge, effectively. So you know where Welling Viaduct is to our west? It'll be the same feature we're going over. No, nothing happened. You're imagining it all. There we go, he's out of our way, so we can just run through at 60. I mean, if we were 60 at this point and he was there, it would be a bad day. But we had green signals coming in. He's already disembarked. Mad. 60 still, which... Yeah. There's very little actual time you spend in this scenario running at night, like at 75. I don't think you get up to it. Maybe possibly north of Stevenage. But I've staged a Thameslink 700 to be in our way. That's an issue with train sim, not necessarily an issue with the route. This route, by the way, is the East Coast Main Line South and Hartford Loop by Twisted Red Black. It's available on the ATS website. It would be fun to get this merged onto the East Coast Main Line merge, because you do sometimes get diverted by Hartford. I've done it before on engineering work weekends, and it just gives more scenario possibility for very little extra requirement, basically. Apologies. I have a cough again. It's not basically just low power setting that holds us at about the right pace. We are not moving from that 57 and a half and got 500 miles. 5 minutes of running at this speed and then 20 miles to Biggleswade still. So it's what, call it 15 miles on the ECML. Like I say, I think, as far as I'm aware, we'd be following a Thames link because we'll run up the slow lines. This is the most dangerous point for driving because I'm sort of sitting here, I'm drifting away mentally, and I'm not really paying attention to the train. But obviously we are, we're not gonna like veer off into a bush. You know what I mean? But it's easy for if we go over a gradient change, we start picking up speed and I don't clock it, or anything like that happens, and boys, see like that. I think I was just a leveling out moment. I'm monitoring it. Oh, we're actually losing speed. That's a shame. I was enjoying that notch 3 driving. Try and grab a screenshot actually. So this out for the best because I've got shadows. I also love the effect I was able to create in this scenario. It feels cold. Feels like I should have a jumper on. I try to because I'm cold. It's girly winter. Winter for the girlies. Day. Right, yeah, drop us down to 40 here. Yeah, we are flying under here, which we should be because we're going up onto the down line. The down line, of course, is the line away from London on the east coast. The line northbound. Generally speaking, that is sort of the rule. There's a few exceptions on places like the Midlands where the up line is the line towards headquarters, which it was Derby for the LMS. So it's a bit funny in some areas, but shush. We're glossing over it, we're making it work. There we go, there's a 75 for us, and on a green signal, so what I'll do is go. I could actually probably rag it now. Let's rag it now, just for fun. Yeah, we're fine. I didn't realise how slow we were. We could have just gone to full power straight away. Oh well. Just hammering up the East Coast. Making a load of noise whilst doing it. 75's our line speed, let's go. A little bit carried away there, but UK, that might be a little bit of a mess. You know what? For $3.99, it's brilliant. And as well, here's the thing with this. This is, you know, obviously I know they're working on HTA wagons, which would be great. and that is something I'm looking forward to because that's a big miss in the game at the moment. But this isn't a wagon you're going to run every day of the week. You probably go screaming past it in a scenario if you do the East Coast mainline stuff a lot like I do. But aside from that, you're using it really. And I think that's fine. Like, this isn't meant to be the world's most... I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Just time. This isn't... Like, for example, like a J&A pack, right? Even though there's not that many variations on the current J&As, like, you use J&As everywhere. And that, I'd be a bit more thingy. But with this, I'm going to use it this once, and I'll probably not run it again for over a year. Aside from, obviously, scenario testing, so I've got part 1 to re-release because I broke part 1. Uh-oh. Single amber red ahead. So I'm careening in on the brakes, basically. I don't know why that's happened, unless I've caught that Thames link up. Looking ahead, 50 should be a good approach speed for this. I've caught that's a Thames link southbound, although they're right at the end of the platform, so brakes go back on. We arrive at Hitchin. That 700 must be holding that track machine up on leaving. I like track machines, they're cool. We need a more modern one in the game, but... 700s, you know what? It's one of those trains that sort of grows on me. Like, they're not pretty. They're not designed too pretty, but I quite like them. No? Never used to, but I do now. Fine. I mean, we're hammering in quite a sharp brake application, but, So this is full service brake that we're in now, so what I'll do, I'm actually going to go out at 5 and just... Over the magnet was about 10, which is perfect. We can just keep up to it. Now here, the big thing, because obviously we're in a passenger station, I'm trying to do... Oh, signal issue. That's not happened to me before. I think there is supposedly an issue at the moment with Train Sim doing it, how it does its pathing. That's a southbound, and he's all the way up at Sandy, so we're fine. Let's go. Power on. We didn't stop. What we'll do is we'll do a little... Nope. Look out. Make sure no one's jumping on. Say we were cleared to pass through that signal. We've got a calling on, which is erroneous, but I don't understand. Just gives us the ability to listen to a Thrasher 66 one more time. Or some more. It's a shame this thing doesn't slip, because you can basically do whatever you want to it at the moment. Which you shouldn't. But you can. Just that speed, just hammering up there. Got a bit of a yawn going on at the moment, but no, overall. So it's powering up. There's 802 coming the other way into the hole. It is strange that you see as many hull trains in this as you do on any R's. It's accurate, it's done as per the timetable. But for how much smaller hull are as an operator, it's quite fun. Out of interest, so something a lot of you won't realise is the Lumo behind that we passed in the sidings. I just want to see where he's gotten to, basically. Am I being thick? Probably. It's not there, not there. Where'd he go? Must have broken it. Oh, well. Fixed it to break it. Basically, the Alumo that was in those park reversing sidings leaves shortly after you do, heads into King's Cross, reverses coming back out of King's Cross, and it passes you like within like a minute or two of you arriving at Biggleswade if you arrive right time. We are about 10 minutes early though getting there, so but a little bit over at the moment. Because you're booked to arrive at 13:08, but it's just basically because you don't follow the AI all the way to Stevenage, and some other factors basically means you get there a bit quicker. You know what? I always try and keep my scenarios to within an hour's length, just because, yeah, it's just an hour's length is about the right, about the right place to have it. Sorry, brain go burst. An hour's length is about the right length for a train sim scenario, in my opinion. Also, the fact that, like I say, I managed to do this without any notes today, I'm quite proud of. Hopefully, sorry about that jump cut there, folks. I dropped a clanger. I basically didn't delete the last video I recorded after I uploaded it, which was accidentally 20 gigabytes, basically. This is it. I'm really hoping that's finished uploading. Yes, it has. Good. It was another hour-long video, so we're getting the long videos circulating back in, guys. Don't you worry yourselves. Yes, I just got the ping basically going, there's no storage space. I've got it dealt with. Because I'm clever. And I can deal with stuff like that. Because that's what Emily's are for. Dealing with stuff. Sandy. So next stop, our next station will see with Biggleswade, so we've not got that far left, so we need to think about starting to slow down. Thing is as well, like, because we're going into the station then reversing back into the sidings, buckets of space. Utter buckets of space. Yeah, made a massive, like, but to give you guys an example, like, the first part of this video before that jump was like 8 gigabytes. For some reason the last one was like 30, but, you know. $75 Morpeth board. Well, we're still at 75. We've got the greens, so we can just put the greens. Something's catching us up, that's what those double ambers mean, I think. What's catching us up? Nothing. Huh. Yeah, he's leaving Biggleswade now, so that's what we were following. And then there's Bravo 83, closely followed by Juliet 33, and Alpha 26 hammering in behind. Alpha 26, I'll slow down for, because it's one of my favourite locos. And we are running like more than 10 minutes early. Of course, we don't want to get in the way of the rest of the railway, but like, we're out the way as we can be. You know what? I've not done it yet in this video. I owe it to you guys. Noise complaint incoming? Noise complaint incoming? No? It entertains me, guys. It entertains me. So I always get, so the rulebook says you give one tone at a W board. So, but I'll always do it purely because the reason I do two tones is in my head can't be confused for like a car horn in the distance or anything like that. So we do two tones, it's a warning tone, and then we go, oh, it's a train, and then we rattle through at very high speed. Right. So under my HRT patch is really itchy today. Right, this is now the end of Biggleswade sidings, so put some braking on, get slowed down, and we'll draw to a stand in Biggleswade. That wasn't there yesterday. That's Bravo 83. So we are looking out for the Shunto, who we know isn't there, but we don't. That's a Lincoln service. Cheeky little 5-car job. 5 cars are great fun. So small, and like, there's so few people. They're great. When you get a 9x5, that's even better. They're like, oh my god, there's so much space. So you can see there's the wagons are in there. We go and pick those up and put them on the back of this. In order to, we do that shunting basically. You've got like over an hour here to do that shunting. And slow to like 15, 10, 15. Green, green, green. So I don't know why we'll pass beyond this by the signaller, but no. Signal at the end of the platform, or like the start signal, should be set to danger because we shouldn't have a route set for us beyond that. Oh, I don't know. But we're not very long. So this basically, half the wagons get dropped here. That's 12 wagons. And then you take 12 wagons out of London on the way home. You pick up the 12 that you left behind that have now been unloaded. So looking for someone in HV, there's no one here. I'm just going to draw in at this speed and stop at the end. So all the cooling fans are now kicked off. It's just the engine's in basically. I'm just sitting here idling mode. Oh, we didn't actually get the cooling fans kicking in properly today, did we? But there you go, folks. That is going to do it for today's little video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's a lovely little run, this. Like I say, about an hour up the line from Drayton Park up to Biggleswade. Hang on. It is this scenario, those wagons, well worth down in my opinion. All I can say. So I got the blow some brake on fully. But there you go. That is the end of the scenario. Scenario will end here. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.